Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chad D. by B. 1130.
My name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
And you already know what it is. I'm Hot Mike Chance.
You know exactly who this guy is.
Exactly.
Especially coming off of last week's episode, that take of his.
Hey, man.
When the microphone comes off the stand, you're in trouble. Croc.
Yeah, or if he does this,
Yeah.
where he has to
gets
get
up
it,
on there.
where he has to brace it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want it to catch on fire. That's how
Yeah,
hot
I
it
could
gets.
see I could see it catching on fire after
Easy.
those flames that were coming out. We're back, guys, and this is a really, really cool milestone for us. This is episode 52.
Yeah. Wow.
Which would mean we have done a full year of podcasting.
That's I didn't realize it till we were talking about what number of the episode this was going to be.
Yeah.
And I thought it was 53, but no, it's 50. This is episode 52.
Congratulations.
Yeah, to all of us. I mean, it's once again, it's all the consistency. We've been hit every week for a year straight.
Man, I'm proud of us, man. When me and Tony, when this became a thing,
Yeah.
it started as something that me and Squints was talking about, and I was talking to him about how I'd like to do a podcast, like a movie podcast. And then we originally was going to hit up you and Jordan.
Yeah. Yep.
And Jordan's like, I can come get on some episodes, but his schedule, he's just like, I can't commit to every week.
Yeah.
But Tony was like, let's do it. I didn't know what was going to come of it. I didn't know if it was going to be we did a few episodes and then it just kind of fizzled off, or we did one a month or one every 2 weeks. And then, when we did episode 1, the first 3 or 4 episodes?
First 4 episodes are at Squinces.
It's Squinces. We didn't, and then Chance came through in the clutch.
Yep.
And got us another spot. Shout out to
Nixon Pro.
Nixon
Media.
Pro.
We rocked several episodes there.
The good chunk of the episodes were filmed at that studio and everything, and that's like you said, thanks to Chance and thanks to Nixon Pro Media, and then that gave a chance, quote unquote, to come on the show, and he's come out of his shell because if you didn't know Chance, he's always been back in the cut, just always behind the scenes stuff. That's what Chance was comfortable with, but I think we've kind of taking him out of his comfort zone a little bit here, and he's come out of his shell.
I do it for the people.
Yeah, that's
it.
It.
And off camera, Chance has always been like that.
Yes.
Just on camera was the
Yeah.
I'm the people's podcaster.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. I like that title.
I mean,
Hot
you
Mike
were
Chance, aka the People's Podcaster.
you were in the background for I think a few episodes with your mic and everything, and then the people wanted you on camera.
Shout out to BJ. I think he was the straw that broke the camel's back, and finally made us break down and just buy another microphone.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
for sure.
And shout out BJ for coming on so many episodes with us and gracing us with his wrestling knowledge, because our wrestling episodes wouldn't be what they are without BJ.
Yep.
No, for sure. And shout out to the Viz for coming through on several movie-themed episodes.
And those awesome thumbnails.
Yeah,
thumbnails.
the
Shout out
thumbnails.
Squints for coming on episode 50.
Yeah.
It's great, man. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to these every week and recording them. And
it's been a blast. I didn't, like you said at the beginning of this, going a year without missing a week. Get a sip out of that goblet there. It's goblet time.
That's Southern Gold, baby.
GOT, baby. I ain't talking Game of Thrones. Goblet of tea, baby.
Man, and how sweet is that tea?
Fancy.
Really nice, Clark.
He had to let it get watered down.
It take the paint off a car bumper.
But like you said, to go 52 straight weeks, pumping out episodes and just straight. And releasing clip. We got our clips that we're releasing every day. It's just content, and we got more on the way too. Yeah. We want to get more guests on the shows. We got things coming up with Brandon here soon. Some wrestling.
Shout out to my dog Brandon E, man. 20 plus years, my boy, man. He's I put his wrestling knowledge right up there with BJ's, man. So it's gonna be a fun time getting him over here.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting him and talking wrestling with him, because I've never met BJ before till we started this podcast, and I consider BJ a great friend now just through meeting him doing this podcast. He's a great guy, awesome family man. I wouldn't have met him if it wouldn't have been for this.
No, for sure. And it'll be the same with Brandon.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be the same with Brandon E. He's man, I'm just excited about it. I'm glad that we blend the wrestling and the movies. And and people seem to like both. There's some people that like one more than the other, and that's cool too. But
it's our podcast.
No, for sure. And we're
just as much wrestling fans as we are movie fans, and we've always said that.
Yeah, and we're approaching 600 subscribers, and you got to think, we didn't start. Let me look and see.
The YouTube channel probably, I want to say 3, maybe 4 months at the top ago, and like I said, we've been pushing out the reels, the clips. We put out 2 of those a day of clips from each week's episodes, and I got more coming from older episodes.
Yeah, November 1st is actually when we started the channel. We were putting it on my Chatty Bobby 1130 channel, and we moved it over here because that channel was basically a dead channel, and it's not monetized anymore. There's no real, it doesn't, you know what I mean? So we was like, we'll just start fresh with the new one, ported all the episodes over, and we've really started to build it. We're currently, when this is being filmed, we're over 525 subscribers. So the next goal is 600. So, you know what I mean? Let's keep getting us there. We're over 100,000 views on the channel, which is really cool for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
You know, so we're building this little engine that could type thing, man.
Choo-choo, baby. Choo-choo. And I've never even asked you to see what like our Spotify or numbers or anything like that. And I'm sure our YouTube numbers are better than our Spotify. And all that
because of the shorts. The shorts are they do really well for us.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, it's been awesome. Shout out to Trouble Spirits for sticking with us, and especially Revolution One Media. This show wouldn't be existing if it wasn't for Chance and Revolution One Media.
No, man, Chance is the MVP of this shit, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Tony just
we just show up
and come here and talk, mess up words and stuff.
Talk our shit.
I think if it wasn't for the natural disaster and Jimmy Hart, that's the real
true. Very true. But yeah, man. Now that we've got by the way, shout out to the natural disasters. Shout out to Trouble Spirits. Shout out to Revolution One Media.
Yes, most certainly. I want to say one thing right quick. I know this is a different podcast and stuff, but I know y'all have had a extremely busy week this week with content-wise, from watching everything on the Chad Arms TV, the behind-the-scenes you had with Jam Wayne and Adam Calhoun's Ready video. That's all. I mean, y'all were putting in the work this week.
Yeah. So Tuesday, no. It was Wednesday. Wednesday. Yep. Me and Chance linked up. We went and shot behind-the-scenes footage for Bubba Sparks, Dusty Lee, Jam Wayne, and D-Thrash from the Georgia Boys are doing a song on Bubba Sparks and Dusty Lee's album called On a Bitch, right? Really dope song. We went and filmed the behind-the-scenes for that. That video will be dropping soon on Chathams TV. Mm-hmm. The next day, and within that night, me and Chance left there and drove an hour to Murfreesboro, shot an episode of I Got Some Shit to Say, me and Squints did.
Holy cow.
And then Thursday, I can't pick Chance up. We went and shot behind the scenes for the Jam Wayne and Adam Calhoun video, Ready, that's out now. And that behind the scenes video is out now too.
Yeah.
And I shot an episode of the podcast today with Lex.
I'm looking forward to that. That's gold right there.
Yeah. So now we're here doing this one. So.
Yeah. Boom. Busy week. Content all over the place through Chad Arms TV, and I got some shit to say and over the top. But hey, we're here to talk movies today, and this topic was brought to us by Mel.
Absolutely great. Yeah, Mel.
Shout out Mel on this one.
She was I'm trying to remember where she came up with it, but she just thought of the idea. I want to say it was something she saw on TikTok or something.
No, weren't they didn't they come some filming company come to her or something like that?
Yes, they asked to use some. They sent her a letter or delivered her a piece of mail saying, "Can we shoot this movie on your property?"
Wasn't it Gwyneth Paltrow of all people?
It was a Gwyneth Paltrow movie. They ended up shooting in Springfield somewhere in the Big Lots parking lot. I thought.
Okay, all right.
Was an interesting alternative, but. That's what gave her the idea.
Yeah.
And so we put it on the list, and it just came around time.
Yeah, we're talking movies that were filmed in our state of Tennessee today. And
it's a surprising list.
Yeah, it's a real surprising list. There's more movies than what I have on this list right here, but there was a lot of movies that I've never heard of, and then there was some Hannah Montana movies that that I've never seen and have no interest in. Yeah. And so, but
don't be a hater.
Okay, are you a Hannah Montana fan? Are you what do they call the the Swifties?
Hannah Montana Nights.
Oh, okay, all right. So you were one of them, huh? Did you convert over to Miley Cyrus when she went?
No judging.
Okay, sorry.
Judgment free zone here.
Okay, what is this, Gold's Gym?
Yep.
All right.
Nope.
Clearly, it's Gold's Gym. Look at my physique.
Hold on. Time out. Lean back a little bit and show off this new shirt.
Joe. Oh yeah, this was we got these made just for the squad. It's dope. It's got the show and prove.
Me and Chance got
on
one.
it. We got everybody on there. Even got Chance and Tony right there.
We're on the shirt. We're on the shirt.
Yeah, we got the whole squad there, man. So this was shout out to Michael Avent.
Shout out Avent.
We did a pre-order for some Live by My Label shirts that were separate from this, the really dope ones. But then he sent another design, and it was like it's like a collage like this, but it was just a few people. And I was like, man, let's do it and get these just for the team, and put everybody from
Yeah. Yeah, this turned out freaking out. Shout out Avent. Avent is the man when it comes to designs.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
We probably may need to get him, like, since we're a year in now, do like a revamp of our logo or something like that.
We get him to do something, or we could get him on an episode too. He loves horror movies.
Yes, especially I know he's a huge Halloween fan.
Yeah, we get him on. We get him on to do. I don't know,
slashers, something.
We could do best. The best best kills.
Yeah, yes, most definitely.
Or something like that,
Yeah, because I know he's a huge Friday the 13th fan. His collection, I've always heard, is top notch when it comes to Halloween and Friday the 13th. Especially because he has a hood, a cowl, pretty much from, I think it's, Avent may have to correct me, I think it's part 4, maybe, that he wore one time that I saw. It's freaking spot on. But yeah, we definitely need to get Avent out here.
No, for sure. And Big Trill.
But yeah, let's get into some of these movies.
Yeah, man, some of these I haven't seen, but we'll go through them and talk about the ones we know about.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't have these in chronological order, but I have these in, what would you call them, numerical order or alphabetical?
Alphabetical is the right word. Yeah, not numerical.
I made it, about 10 minutes in before
we got about a little 10-piece in, yeah.
But anyways, we'll start off in alphabetical order with a movie. I'm a big fan of it. We talked about it in the baseball movies, but 42.
Great movie.
The Jackie Robinson movie with
Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He had some
and Harrison Ford.
Yes, Harrison Ford's in that one too. Yeah. But it was shot at Ingle Stadium down in Chattanooga.
That's cool.
I played summer ball down in that stadium in high school and stuff. So it was an older Negro League stadium and all that kind of stuff. So has a lot of history into it and everything. But yeah, it was fun playing there, but I didn't realize that was shot down there.
Yeah.
And then I've seen this movie. It's terrible, but
it's bad.
It's a local legend around the Middle Tennessee area, and it's the Bell Witch.
And it wasn't shot in Adams.
No, it was shot in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Where is Sevierville at?
Up in East Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you ever been to the Bell Witch?
I have not. I want to.
Man, I want to say we went.
You down, Chance?
I'm down.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I'm down.
Let's do it.
I can't be the one that's does
October.
I got this new Spirit Talker app on my phone, and we can use it.
Oh boy! Now shout out,
summon all the spirits. Huh?
Shout out Jesse at Danger Zone Video. But him and his girlfriend went out there, I think last year around October, and he said they went down into the cave, and it was like when they came out of the cave, it was foggy and everything with the field. It looks so amazing. But I've heard it's super creepy down there. But I'm so down. Let's make it a
just don't
trip.
bring anything back with you.
Yeah,
like physically.
But I'm so down.
Yep.
To the only thing that scared Andrew Jackson, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But this next one is an interesting one. I've seen it one time. Samuel L. Jackson and Christina Ricci, Black Snake Moan, filmed in Memphis.
How is that movie?
It's out there. It's
a lot of fucking.
I think pretty much Christina Ricci is an extreme nympho in the movie.
So a lot of banging.
Yeah, and Samuel L. Jackson has her chained up in his house to try to keep her from going around fucking and all that kind of stuff.
So she seeks it out that much that he has to chain her
down and everything.
Wow.
And he's trying to cure her in a way. And then you get the classic.
He bangs her?
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he's trying to cure her.
He's kind of like Dr. Phil.
Yeah. But
he's her Dr. Phil.
But as Samuel L. Jackson, because you get all the Samuel L. Jackson.
They kind of look alike.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, in this movie, he has a skullet going on and everything, like a gray skullet. So
yeah,
easily
Dr.
comparable. But what I've noticed in through this list, a lot of movies in Tennessee were filmed in Memphis. So that was
they were filming in Memphis. Filming with their cameras, running out of batteries.
I was just going to let you go.
I was trying to freestyle it.
We're definitely getting a YouTube strike for that one.
Yeah, sorry.
Spot on.
Like the next two movies that are on this list, Castaway.
Love Castaway, bro.
Yep. The opening of that movie is, of course, FedEx is the home of, Memphis is the home of FedEx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all that stuff. So I think they use the terminal right there at the airport and everything for that. And then an older movie.
Hang on, before we get on Castaway, I want to get on a little tangent real quick. Not a tangent, but
go with it.
Tom Hanks films. Where would Castaway sit? Top 5? Top 10?
Yeah, I mean, as an actor, you had it'd be definitely top 10. But for him to just the struggles of filming that movie is because you're filming it by yourself. You're talking to a volleyball the whole movie.
Yep, shout out Wilson.
And the weight loss that he had to go through for that movie too. I mean, that had to be a struggle.
We've got to do a Tom Hanks. And see,
there's so many.
But see, this is what we do. I think the way we do these is we don't do the entire filmography.
Yeah,
we just do our top 10 favorite Tom Hanks movies.
Kind of like what we did with the movies of the year and everything.
Yes, that's what we do with the filmographies. That way we don't have to tackle all of them. The Denzel one, I love the Denzel episode.
But we were just rolling through names.
But we were rolling through names.
Same with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and instead, with Tom Hanks, I think if we just did a top 10, we're going to have some of the similar ones on there, but that'll be a good number. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, it'll make it flow a whole lot easier. And see, we're with this whole here, we're learning as we go of how to make this podcast just flow instead of just reading off a list and.
Yeah, well, and on the way home from Thursday, me and Chance was listening to the episode, and I will say this on camera. I steered us in a different direction with the Royal Rumble, and it turned into, instead of it being like favorite Royal Rumble moments, we went through every single Royal Rumble, and none of us knew facts all the way about each one, so we were all like
just
arguing with each other, but none of us knew. And I was like, I probably kind of set us up for that. but it still turned out great. I said that to say because there is a lot of spouting off, like, dates and facts and stuff, and I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad episode. I love the episode, but I noticed that when I took us there, because that's not how we were going to do it, and I just was making fun of the card on 89.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then it turned into, well, we'll just go to the,
But some of the best stuff comes out of, like...
For sure.
Like that whole 10 minutes of sailing out of a 3...
Yeah, for sure. Had Virgil passed away when we did?
No, we did not. That happened this week. Right after we filmed last week and everything, which I didn't realize that he was in that bad of shape.
Yeah, he's been sick for a minute, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Virgil, man.
Meat sauce forever, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Castaway. So now we can go to the next one.
I'm not. What's her name from?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon. That's where I was. Like, Bull Durham, The Client. It was filmed in.
Great suspense thriller.
Yeah. It's the same with another one that's on this list, too. I'll just throw it with it, too, because it's very comparable. The Firm. It was filmed in Memphis, too, with Tom Cruise.
That's another good one. The courtroom drama one.
Very comparable to those two and everything, with the shady law firm and all that kind of stuff. I think it's based off a book, if I'm not mistaken.
The Client is for sure.
Yeah, I think The Firm is, too.
Yeah. It may be. Yeah. Have you seen The Client, Chance?
No, I haven't.
It's good.
It's a great movie, dude. Yeah. It's like that mid-90s good suspense thriller.
Because you had, what was it, Mississippi Burning at that time?
Burning, yep.
What was the one with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson?
Time to Kill.
Time to Kill.
Yep, Time to Kill is great. They all came around that. They were all, I remember them, too, because they were all Snapper Case DVDs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
so they're probably all the same company.
Sandra Bullock was in Time to Kill,
Absolutely,
too. Absolutely, yeah. That movie is, everybody's sweating in that movie.
Everybody's sweating. It's a lot of sweat.
But it is a fantastic movie. But that's very good because you had a lot of those courtroom thriller dramas in the early 90s and everything. That's a good one. And then one, I've always been a fan of this one.
I've never seen it, man.
You've never seen it? With Sissy Spacek, Coal Miner's daughter. What's his name from Men in Black? And
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones? Okay.
But yeah, it's the story of Loretta Lynn.
Okay, yeah, dope. Yeah.
It was filmed here in Nashville at the Ryman Auditorium. The whole Ryman scenes were filmed at the Ryman.
That's cool.
Tommy Lee Jones filmed a lot of movies here.
Yeah, he loves Tennessee, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great actor, because jumping off of Tommy Lee Jones again, you had U.S. Marshals and The Fugitive that were filmed in Tennessee.
Really?
Yes, in Memphis.
God, M-Town was got all kinds of time.
I think U.S. Marshals was not filmed in Memphis. It was the wooded scenes were filmed at Reelfoot State Park.
Okay.
Which is still
Tennessee.
There?
Yep. I have been there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Spot.
How does it compare to Fakefoot?
I mean, it's definitely more real.
My favorite
Dad jokes.
My favorite is Bigfoot State Park.
Bigfoot State Farm is a very good insurance company.
Man, you remember that old video, Tony Hunt's Bigfoot, the idea we had back in the day?
Let's do it.
Fun fact, we had a video series idea for Tony during the Triple Flix Mafia days. Was it Triple Flix Mafia?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Where we were going to be Tony Hunt's Bigfoot.
Yes.
Let's do it.
It was a whole thing, Tony. Didn't you film an episode?
I felt like a little clip.
It?
Yeah, it was like a little clip of it. No, I think it was on the Blue Limit Soldiers page.
It was Blue Limit Soldiers.
It was on the Blue Limit Soldiers page, but because there was a snow day that I went out in the woods across the street from my house and filmed like a 30-second clip of like a teaser trailer of it.
The teaser trailer.
I think we can find them.
Man, I don't know if that. I think, but that was fun. But yeah, I'm Bigfoot. He's real. Hide and seek champion of the world.
Yep.
But yeah, another baseball movie that was filmed.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Another Tommy Lee Jones movie, Cobb. Not my favorite baseball movie. It's kind of a drag when it comes to baseball movies because Ty Cobb was an absolute piece of shit as a human being. One of the greatest baseball players to ever live, but he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, and Cobb, we talked about this on the baseball episode. It's just not that good of a movie.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's you want it to be.
It's kind of like
Jones is a great actor.
It's kind of like The Babe to me.
Yeah, Babe is
because The Babe.
I love John Goodman.
But The Babe is a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's just kind of. But yeah, Cobb was a mess.
I don't know if you're a fan of this one. I know my wife and my daughter are. Of Country Strong from 2010 with. No, that's not. That doesn't have Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah,
that does have Gwyneth Paltrow.
in
okay,
and Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
Tim McGraw's an acting sumbitch, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know this movie came out. Did the show Nashville come out soon after this? I wonder.
Well, this came out in 2010. I'm not sure when Nashville came out.
You don't have to look it up or anything like that. I know the show Nashville was a huge show there for a while. But I wonder if that has any correlation with each other.
Great word, Tony.
You like that?
Yeah,
I had my
word
moments.
usage, yeah. Good pronunciation.
Nashville came out, premiered in 2012.
Okay, so right after it.
So they probably went right into production after this.
Yeah. I wonder if they took. I wonder if that Country Strong. I don't know if it did any good at the box. I'm sure it didn't do any good at the box office. But I'm sure they pulled some ideas for that show. I've never seen the show Nashville. I know my wife's mother was a huge fan of it, and she went and stood out as an extra in some of the scenes, some of the show scenes and stuff. A horror movie.
It did $20.6 million at the
$1 million.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. A horror movie that I wasn't a fan of. I'm trying
to remember what the curse was. Remind me. Scream Factory?
Yes, with the little. Is that the one? No, I'm thinking of The Gate. It had a little kid in it, but it was filmed in Tellico Plains, Tennessee.
Where's that at?
That I don't know. Somewhere in Tennessee. The Curse 2 was the one with where the kid gets bit by the snake, right?
The snake, yeah. Okay, yeah.
The Curse. I'm trying to think. It's with the kid. I keep thinking of Brad Dourif, but it's not Brad Dourif. I forget who the hell it is. But then I'm thinking that's in The Gate.
Meteorite that crashes into a farming community in Tennessee and begins to infect the land and its residents, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
Will Wheaton was in it.
I knew it had a kid in it, but I
think
we picked it up when we were picking up.
It was a 2-pack. Yeah, it was part of a 2-pack.
Screen Factory that was coming out.
I remember liking it okay. I remember the second one had nothing to do with the first one.
It was like off
the snake, yeah.
Snake.
I don't know no snakes though.
Snake. Yeah, I got rid of it. I sold it. It's like it went out of print for there for a while, and then was a hot seller.
An HS.
But one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies ever made is Days of Thunder.
Wow, I did not know it was filmed in Tennessee.
Bristol. Yeah, Bristol. Yeah, with the rest of the scenes up in Bristol and everything.
That's my favorite track.
Dude, it's so much fun. I've only been to one NASCAR race, and it was at Bristol, and it was incredible. It's so loud, and there's so many people in there. It's ridiculous.
When we going back?
Let's go. Yeah, we know you're a NASCAR fan from previous episodes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Rubbin's Racing. The soundtrack, it's a Hans Zimmer score to that one, so that makes it even better. But yeah, I've always been a Days of Thunder fan. That was the early '90s with Tom Cruise. And what's crazy, the motherfucker hasn't aged since then.
That's because he's not a human being.
Yeah, he's
vampire.
That's that Scientology.
He's a robot alien vampire.
Vampire.
Now, one that I surprised you with on this list.
Love this movie.
Dutch from 1990 was filmed. Parts of it were filmed in Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm. And Nick Papagiorgio, Russ from Vegas Vacation. That is him as a child.
Just makes it all over the place.
I'm not going to say Ethan Tremblay because
it's wrong. That's from
that's the character
from
Ethan something.
Ethan Embry.
Embry.
Yeah.
Ethan Embry. Dutch is such a great movie, man. Ed O'Neill.
It's underrated.
Oh, it's so good, bro. And I want to say John Hughes wrote it.
Really?
Let me double check that. Let me double check my Google. Let's see how good my facts are here.
That's one that if you ever find that Blu-ray for that one, it's super, super out of print. It's one of those that it was probably in the dump bin for the longest time when it first came out, and then just out of print. Now it goes for a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, written by John Hughes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't direct it, but he wrote it.
That's one that we need to tackle too. Is like a John Hughes episode.
Dude, you just tell me where to side.
Write the chick.
Those are my favorites.
Dude, a John Hughes episode would be incredible.
Yeah, the guy that directed this is a dude named Peter Feynman. He directed Crocodile Dundee.
Oh man, one of Jordan's favorites.
Yeah, but that's really he didn't really do anything other than that and Dutch. He didn't really direct anything else. And I mean, of course, a lot of it may have helped that it was written by John Hughes, who's the GOAT of those style movies. But Dutch is such a good. It's just such a great. It's 91, but it's like that late 80s, early 90s John Hughes comedy.
Yeah,
it's great.
Traveling, very similar to what Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with just everything going on.
Very similar to that, to what we were just talking about, to Due Date.
Yeah.
It's just that except it was father and son.
Yeah.
It's a son that's a little shithead and a dad that hadn't really been around the son, and then they're just trying to make things happen.
Have you ever seen Dutch?
Nope.
Oh, dude, it's great.
I'm going to check it out now.
Are you a John Hughes fan?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. The late '80s, early '90s, John Hughes didn't miss.
You can't beat a John Hughes movie, man. You just can't.
And then I guess we'll just tackle the local legend here in town with.
This is what I'm hype about talking about these four.
Yeah,
the only ones that count.
Yeah, and which I didn't realize after the last one on this list, he went to Canada and started filming all his movies after that.
Yeah,
Ernest Goes to Canada.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the Ernest movie. For the Ernest movies, you got Ernest Goes to Camp from 1987.
Mm-hmm.
That was filmed in Nashville and at Montgomery State Park. The camp scenes and everything.
Burns. It was filmed in Burns.
Yeah, parts of it were Burns and Fairview.
Shout out Dub 3030.
And then in 1988, you had Ernest Saves Christmas, which was filmed here in Nashville.
It's one of my go-to. I have to watch it every Christmas.
Yep. And then in 1990, you had Ernest Goes to Jail.
Love it.
Which was filmed at the Tennessee State Prison, which is a very famous, popular.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, right there off of Briley.
Yep.
In my old neck of the woods.
Yep, over there in the Nations, baby. And then all over Nashville as well. And then Ernest Scared Stupid was filmed all over, in parts all over Nashville, and I believe Hendersonville as well.
There is a spot in the movie where they're at the grocery store, the Bill Martins.
Yeah.
I used to not be able to tell me that wasn't the Bill Martins, because there was a Bill Martins grocery store in Greenbrier. There was also one in East Nashville or West, wherever they actually shot it.
Yeah.
But I thought for sure that was the Greenbrier. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever, because I didn't know as a kid that there was, you know what I'm saying? I was 8 when this came out, 8 or 9. So
But Jim
I love
Varney-
the Ernest movies, man.
Oh,
those
they're so
four.
much fun. Yeah, those four.
The other ones, Ernest Rides Again, Ernest Goes to Africa, Ernest in the Army,
Yeah.
Slam Dunk Ernest. Keep all that, dude. I don't want any of them. And that's when he left the roots of Tennessee,
Yeah,
dude. He
he
got
left-
out of Tennessee and it just didn't hit the same. He's got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the movies with him.
He got big time.
Ernest Goes to School. There was one of those too. He had a pencil as big as that liquor bottle, I think, in the cover.
Ernest went Hollywood like
Yeah, he
Ernest
went
sold
big
out.
time.
Yeah,
Ernest
RIP.
sold out.
Yeah.
That was the last one he put out before he overbinged. Sorry, Ernest. We love you, Bubba.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Ernest. And then we got a classic from 19. We mentioned this one in the 1981 episode,
Yep.
The Evil Dead, which was filmed in Morristown, Tennessee. Which I'm not too familiar where Morristown. I think it's like northeast, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it is.
Going up towards past Cookville.
Yeah, like Knoxville.
Yeah, not going up towards East Tennessee, but classic horror movie of all time.
Yeah.
The Evil Dead. I think they went bigger. They had a bigger budget with the Evil Dead 2, and they didn't come back to film that one here. But yeah, all the cabin scenes and everything were shot here in Tennessee, which is crazy for being such an icon in the horror world.
Yeah. Another Tom Hanks banger. I can't watch it a lot because it's one of the saddest movies of all time. Green Mile.
That would be probably top 3 of mine.
I've never cried harder watching a movie than watching that movie.
Dude, that movie, it's an incredible movie.
I'll tell you how sad it made me. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was 13 years ago when I watched it.
Yeah.
I wept like a baby when John Coffey got the axe.
Yeah.
Like, I wept, bro.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there and you're despising I forget what the one guard's name is, but
Such a great movie.
oh,
man.
it is an absolute gem, and it was filmed at the Tennessee State Prison once again.
I toured that prison whenever they shut it down.
Really?
Yep.
I've heard it's like supposedly one of the most haunted places in Nashville as well.
Yeah.
I pass by there all the time from work and everything.
I don't know what goes on there now, but you can't hardly get close to it anymore.
No, because you see a bunch of trailers out in the front of it as well. So I don't know if they're maybe filming something else out there. But yeah, it's a very intimidating prison. Looking at it from the outside, because it's right there, right off of Briley Parkway.
Yep.
But it was also shot in parts of Shelbyville, Nolensville, and Columbia.
They were all over the state.
Yeah. Columbia is that little square down in Columbia is a pretty popular little spot to film at.
Yeah.
But the next one on our list here is
We'll let Chance take.
we're gonna let Chance take the wheels on this movie right here. Go ahead there, brother.
Well, this was the directorial debut of Harmony Korine.
Okay. What other movie did he do? Kids?
Yeah.
So this came out before Kids?
Yep. And this was filmed in the Nations, which is where I grew up in West Nashville.
Yep.
A lot of the people that was in this, I went to school with. I knew. It's also in Belly, at the beginning of Belly. So if you know the scene at the beginning of Belly with the guy with the rabbit and all that stuff, then you know you've seen Gummo. But
now, is it an award-winning movie that was brought out?
I mean,
I've never seen the movie. Chad, you've seen it?
One and done. Yep.
It's pretty controversial.
That's a fair assumption.
Chance showed me a clip of it.
To be fair, Harmony did take a lot of drugs, and it shows in this movie.
Yeah, and
as
with
well.
kids.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
so
the way that
you're not getting a Scorsese movie or anything like that. I mean,
hold on, time out. Who'd you just say?
Scorsese.
Scorsese?
Whatever his name is. Who cares?
You got the Gummo director's name right, but the most legendary director of all time, you botched the fuck out of his name. You put a T
Who
in
cares?
it.
Hey, if he produced great classics,
he gave us Goodfellas and Casino.
Who cares about those movies whenever you got Gummo?
Yeah, and kids.
Yeah. But
Who wants to watch Goodfellas?
But basically, yeah, I mean, it's about a couple of guys that go around and they off cats and sell them to the local grocery store so that they can process them for meat.
There's your synopsis of Gummo.
But it has a lot of great West Nashville landmarks in it.
So that's why you're obviously I get it. the nostalgia.
The clip that you sent me.
Kentucky Hill, West Bowl, Skate Town.
Yeah.
Bobby's Dairy Dip.
Did it have was Wendell's in the movie?
Yeah, there's a scene where they're catching cats close to the dumpster at Wendell Smith.
Oh wow,
murdering kitties at Wendell's.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But the clip that you showed me, I immediately was like, holy shit, that's over there by the Great Escape.
Nothing new for trash like you.
Woo! And that's Gummo.
Yeah.
That's Gummo, guys.
Yeah. But another one right here on this list, straight out of Memphis again, one of your favorites, Hustle and Flow.
Amazing.
Yeah. That is one of my, as far as the movies, the cinematography and that. It's right there.
Yeah,
just the colors, the grading on the film, everything is.
They got everything
notch.
right with that one. Where they got it's award-winning movie.
It kind of reminds me of how 3 6 Mafia's music is.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
it's like they had a good professional, like they had a professional sound, but they had a good underground sound too, and that's what Hustle and Flow reminds me of. It has a good gritty feel to it, but it's so well done.
Yeah, and I think they were probably like a huge influence on the writing of the movie. Probably.
100%. And speaking about Hustle and Flow, I just interviewed for Chat Arms TV. I just did an interview. It's not out yet. It'll be out the Saturday after this comes out with Fraser Boy from 3 6 Mafia.
And he was one of the main writers.
He's the one that wrote Hard Out Here for a Pimp. That they were, that ended up getting cut by what's his name?
Terrence
Howard.
Yeah.
And then ended up winning an Oscar.
Yeah.
So Fraser Boy tells the whole story about how he wrote the song, how, like how it came about. He talked about them going to the Oscars, performing. He gives a great story about Will Smith being a douche and like snubbing him.
Holy
at
shit!
The Oscars.
Who would have thought?
Tune in to Chat Arms TV for that exclusive interview
it was just
to hear more about that.
Telling about the Hustle and Flow thing, how John Singleton approached him as to what he needed.
Yeah,
he was like, "I need this. This is about a pimp. He's got 2 hoes, a black and a white one, and then he's doing this. And then he said within 30 minutes, he said it needs to be called a Hard Out Here for a Pimp."
And I recall White saying that in one of your
White was talking about that story about how he couldn't think of nothing because it wasn't, and then Fraser Boy came in and thought of it and like
and to win an Oscar off of it. That's
the first song he ever wrote for somebody else. Won an Oscar.
And won an Oscar.
They beat Dolly Parton that year. Dolly Parton was up for that same category.
I relate to Shelby in that movie.
I'd see that, I'd see that, yes. Yeah, just
yep.
And knowing your background and everything, I can see why that's always been out there at the top of your list of movies and everything. I can see because the relatability of it and everything.
That's what made me get into music.
That's also that was from the movies we're thankful for when you brought that one up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love that. That's one of my favorite episodes we've done. I've always been a big fan of like the thankful videos. Shout out to Jordan again for the idea on that one. But that was probably one of my funnest episodes we've done this year. Okay, I got a wild one to throw out here to you. From 1994, the live-action Jungle Book movie was filmed at Fall Creek Falls State Park here in Middle Tennessee.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah, I got it mixed up with I forget the one with Brendan Fraser, but I looked this one up and
George of the Jungle.
That's the one. That's the one I thought it was at first, but it totally wasn't, and I don't recall this one at all.
Me either.
But this next one, I did some research. I have not seen this movie.
I haven't seen this one either.
But I've heard it's freaking amazing. It has Robert Redford in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was filmed out at the Tennessee State Prison as well, but it's called The Last Castle. Looking up the synopsis of it, I definitely want to try to find where I can stream this one at, because it looks like another one of those prison, like almost Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile-esque type movies.
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out, but I haven't seen it since. But it was good.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely
worth to watch.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to check that one out. a football movie. I don't even think we talked about this one during the football.
I've never seen that.
It has George Clooney in it.
Yeah.
It's like the early stages of football and stuff, but they filmed it Leatherheads from 2008 down in Chattanooga, which I had no clue about.
No, me neither.
And then this next one is a totally random. It's just barely used at the beginning of the movie in The Matrix from 1999. The old Nashville skyline is used in the chase scene where I forget what the chick's name is in the movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's getting chased down in the opening. But the Nashville skyline is used in it, which I had no clue about until I started doing research on it.
That's crazy.
One I've always heard people talk about. I think Jordan's talked about this movie, October Sky. It has Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah, I've never seen it,
That's
but I
a good
always hear
one,
people
too.
talking
It's a
about
good
it.
one. You've seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
It's filmed in Knoxville and Morgan County. But Jordan's always talked about that. And I've never seen it, but I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. It's one I've always heard I need to take. It's just, what is it, a drama type movie?
Yeah. It's I would call it a drama for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I will definitely need to check that one out. I put that, even though I haven't seen it, I put that one on the list because it's a popular movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen this one either. People versus Larry Flint with Woody Harrelson.
Man, I remember seeing it maybe early 2000s. I know it came out in 96, but I remember, because I was a big Woody Harrelson fan, but I don't remember much anything about it.
What's the chick's name that was married to the guy from Nirvana? Courtney Love. I mean, she's in that movie, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Something fell from the sky.
Something else. Yeah.
But I believe she's in that one. I've never seen that one. I know y'all probably never seen this one. I've only seen like the first 20 minutes of it because it has like kind of like Gummo is the Chance. But Pure Country 2 came out in 2010.
Same year as the first one?
No, the first one came out in like the early 90s with George Strait. That was
I'm thinking of Country Strong.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the first one came out with George Strait in like the early 90s.
Okay, yeah. Got you.
But this one, it was filmed in Woodbury, Tennessee. The opening scene was filmed at my great grandfather's house, actually.
Oh,
wow.
Out in Woodbury.
Okay. Shout out Woodbury.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like we only watched it just to see like the how they turned the front living room into a bedroom in the movie and everything. So it was weird seeing how they had it set up. But it was my brother and my cousin were going up there one day to go hunting on the land and all that stuff, and they got booted pretty much off the property because they were filming that day. That's how we found out. Oh, there's a movie coming out on our great grandfather's land, and boom, out pops Pure Country 2.
Shout out Pure Country 2.
And it sucks. Movie. It's a terrible movie. It's horrible.
Well, how do you follow the troubadour?
Yeah, exactly. George Strait is in this one, but for about 5 minutes.
So he's not.
Yeah. And Willie Nelson makes a brief appearance.
Shout out to old man Willie, man.
Yeah, Willie's still going strong. That's what's freaking crazy, and still touring.
Yeah.
At 92 or 91 years old. Yeah.
Yep.
That green lettuce just brings you to life.
Mm-hmm.
A quick one here. Raw deal. Was it? We need to ask Leroy on this one. Jim Belushi, I believe, is he the one that's dead? R.I.P.
No, John
Belushi. I think Jim Belushi is in this one.
Jim Belushi's in Raw Deal. Yeah.
With Arnold. But yeah, it was shot, the rock quarry scene was shot in Gallatin.
Man, I watched Raw Deal, and I'm trying to. It runs together with a bunch of those other Arnold movies.
It's not a good one.
Yeah, I don't remember it being good.
He comes over
I don't know why I mixed it up with Red Heat.
Red Heat's, but that one has Belushi in it too, don't it?
I don't remember.
I think they both have Belushi in it.
Sure,
but it sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raw Deal was the rock quarry scene was filmed in Gallatin, and then probably one of the most famous horror movies out there. Or Silence of the Lambs is horror, right?
Yeah.
Filmed in Memphis once again.
Jordan's favorite actors.
Dude, I cannot stand Jodie Foster. Are you a Jodie Foster fan?
No.
Her voice, the way she talks like this, I cannot stand it. I want to watch this new season of True Detective so bad because I've heard it's amazing. But the only thing that's scaring me off is Jodie damn Foster.
I'm not even a fan of Silence of the Lambs.
Well, here's a fun fact. Jim Belushi was 100% not in Raw Deal.
Okay,
Well,
I was wrong.
Yeah, he was in Red Heat.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was way
We
off.
both just said, yeah, he was in it. And
Yeah.
He was not at all in it.
We're not known for facts here.
Yeah, he was in that's why I said it runs together with Red Heat.
Yeah.
Because,
Because of that. Perfect example.
boom, roasted. Silence of the Lambs. So I like Silence of the Lambs. I'm not a Jodie Foster fan whatsoever.
It's a slow burn. It's
It
a
is.
very slow burn. It's one that of course you're not going to say, "Oh, I feel like watching Silence of the Lambs today on repeat."
Not unless you're,
Hello,
It's like-
Clarice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic movie. It's shot well and everything, but Jodie fucking Foster, she's on my Gwyneth Paltrow level, I think, just because of her voice.
What
Safe
about
Room.
Nicole
Gwyneth
Kidman?
Paltrow's not in. It's not Gwyneth Paltrow for you, is it?
No, not Gwyneth Paltrow.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. God bless.
52 in, baby.
It's been a
We
long
are
week.
so professional at that. Well, I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow at that either. I'll just throw her into the mix. just
Okay, well,
'cause.
fuck it. Throw
Yeah,
her in there.
throw
And
her
her
in there.
fucking coochie candle.
Yeah. God bless.
Yeah, so this next one, man, it's a Carpenter,
Yes.
but it's
Not good.
it's
Jeff Bridges.
Is it the weakest Carpenter film?
It has to be. Have you?
Well,
you
The
ever heard of
Ward's
this
pretty
one?
rough.
I'd put it,
But yeah, The Ward I'd watch more than
yeah,
Starman. what we're talking
Starman.
about, with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, from 1984.
84. I didn't know it was filmed in Nashville,
Yeah,
Chattanooga.
yeah. I didn't
cool.
either till I started looking up some stuff. But it is I remember when Scream Factory put it out. That's when I watched it for the first time,
Me too.
and it just immediately went into the sell pile.
Yeah, it's just not. He tried something different. It was just a miss for me.
No, just stick with what you're good at.
Yeah.
I mean, because what was Big Trouble in Little China? Right around the same time?
Within a couple of years, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
To go from Starman and have that Big Trouble in Little China just in Halloween and The Thing and then to come out with Starman, meh. Just
He wanted to branch out, I guess.
yeah,
Big Trouble in Little Chinatown was 1986.
86. So right after
Little
he failed.
Little China.
Have you ever seen that?
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. Y'all been.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fun one. It's different for Carpenter.
No,
but
for sure.
I like
it's
it.
a fun one for sure.
Walk the Line.
Yeah.
With was it Buford? I forget. It's based on a true story.
Buford Pusser or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. It's based on a true story, not the Rock
And then
remake.
he had to go and ruin it, but that's for
Once
guys,
again.
guys. Walk the
the
Line,
line.
is about Johnny
Yeah,
Cash.
exactly.
Walking Tall is Buford Pusser.
Exactly.
Walk the Line is Johnny Cash.
It is.
It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
It's about it's
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
I totally
2005.
butchered
A
that.
Tennessee girl.
The comedy off of it, Walk Hard, is with
Is
Yep.
way better.
yeah.
No,
it's great.
Walk the Line is a great movie because Joaquin Phoenix is.
Yeah, it was shot in Memphis,
Yeah, it was shot in Memphis,
which makes sense.
yeah. But yeah, I love Walk the Line, especially how Joaquin Phoenix got the voice for Johnny Cash in that movie, and doing the singing. Johnny Cash was a crazy son of a bitch, and I think they got everything right with that one in that biopic. And of course, Reese Witherspoon just kills it as June Carter.
Yeah.
That's one of me and Melissa's favorite movies is that one. So we'll just transfer into the movie that I was talking about, Walking Tall, from 1973 about Buford Pusser.
I think so. Yeah,
Um,
I've never seen the original. I've seen the remake with The Rock. But
That one's terrible. But this
Of
one,
course.
we had to watch this. I forget I think we had to watch this for football in high school one day as like a motivation thing, and it was just half of the team fell asleep by watching it because it's an early '70s movie.
What?
You like this movie?
This movie is awesome.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
No. A guy walking around beating people up with a stick?
And not
I
just
mean,
a
come
stick.
on.
He's like got a hacksaw
Yeah.
dug and like 2x4 lumber log.
I wish I could. I had to watch October Sky in school. That's what I was watching. And you got to watch
Walking Tall.
Walking Tall.
As like a motivation, like we're getting ready for a football game on a Friday night, and the coaches pop in Walking Tall. That's nothing to get motivated by.
yeah, Walking Tall, man.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're.
But
a
The
fan.
Rock ruined it.
Yeah, The Rock, dude. God, it just didn't make sense. But he was going. It's popular rock at that time, making terrible movies.
And it was based off of Walking Tall and based off. So They had the Hollywood.
And they shot it up in like the
Hollywood
northwest for that one. And it's like it looked nothing like in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So terrible.
The OG was way
Croc.
better.
You're a crock.
Yep.
So I butchered the end of that episode pretty much.
And
I
I
think
let
collectively we all butchered all throughout. So it was a consistent effort on all three of our parts. But we made it through, dude. We're at the end.
We're just pushing right on through.
Hey,
52 weeks, and we're this professional with you.
We're this good at podcasting 52 episodes later, guys.
God, this is what you tune in for.
This is what hard work does.
Hard work, dedication.
Yeah.
In the words of Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, man.
Just shooting off the hip.
But y'all be sure to comment. Let us know what movies that we talked about that y'all liked. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already.
And thank y'all.
And we appreciate y'all, man, for sticking around for us and
Yeah.
being, helping us grow this podcast and this channel over the course of the last 12 months and 52 weeks. And we're going to keep things going for you, man. We appreciate it.
Yep. Chance, you got anything?
Shout out Martin Scorsese.
Shout out Trouble Spirits. Shout out the Natural Disasters and Jimmy Hart. Shout out Revolution One Media. And we out this motherfucker.